They are not hypocrites. They couldn't have been doing what they are doing today. I don't want to go further. I've just mentioned about women empowerment. That we must believe if they are not hypocrites, they will not talk about not empowering women. Because time is against us, we are rushing to Abeokuta. But I wouldn't leave you without mentioning one or two things that are topical issues, the issues of security. I don't want to overlabor it. The issue of Baga incident, I've asked the National Security Advisor that they must give a comprehensive briefing to Nigerians because I've given that directive, so I will just leave it there. But let me reassure Nigerians that we are working very hard. Surely we'll win the war against terror. On the issue of corruption too, I spoke extensively in Lagos and also in Enugu, so I didn't want to belabor the issue. But let me reassure all Nigerians that my commitment and my method of solving the problem of corruption or fighting corruption is not the number of people I try and jail. In terms of the number of people I've tried and jailed, maybe I'll give you the statistics in my subsequent outings, because I've asked them to give me the comprehensive statistics. We have tried more Nigerians. More Nigerians have been jailed within this period after passing through due process. But I used to tell people that even if I try 10 million Nigerians and jail if I try 10 million Nigerians and jail 5 million Nigerians for corruption, that does not solve the corruption problem. So for you to solve corruption problems, you must use modern technology to prevent people from stealing. And that is what we are working on. The oil industry is a good area. We are working very hard. I just don't want to say certain things because some of these people have built so much money. If they know what we want to do, they will do everything to stop us. But I promise you, if you vote me and I come back and serve this country for the next 4 years, the day I will leave here, the next person that will come as a president of this country, people will not talk about corruption. Because we are working on technology and we'll use technology to block all these areas that people are the Nigerian workers, that in December quite a number of federal government departments couldn't get salaries because there was an attempt to divert money for salaries for other purposes, and the system shut them off. That is, today we are talking about IT. We are no longer in the analog generation. So we must deploy IT to solve our human problems. And I'm promising that in the next 4 years, the next president, nobody will harass that president for corruption, not fighting corruption. Because I will solve the problems of corruption in this country. I wouldn't want to leave this place without talking to the Nigerian students. Great Nigerian students! Great Nigerian students! I will have a day with you. I would have loved to visit all the Nigerian universities or all the zones, but it's not going to be possible because of the shortness of time. But I will have a major town hall where I will gather all your leaders into a place where I will interact with you. You can ask me all the questions you know, all what you want this country to be, what the government has a plan for you. So I will reserve what I will say for that day, that I have a special interface with the Nigerian students. But one thing I promise you, Nigerian students, is that we in PDP believe that you are the leaders of tomorrow. And that, when some people were in primary schools, they believed they were leaders. In secondary schools, you are leaders of tomorrow. In the universities, they are leaders of tomorrow. Some of them are 60 years, they are still not, your time is not yet up. You will lead when you die. PDP don't believe in that. And you will see the set of governors we are bringing out. More than 70% of them are definitely about the age of 40, 45. We are creating the future leaders. We don't believe that you must reach a very high age to lead. Me, as your president, with my party, we believe that you, the Nigerian students, will take Nigeria to the moon. You will take this country to the moon, And of course, we also work hard to create jobs for you. In terms of job creation, we have two major areas. We have the Presidential Job Creation Board headed by the Vice President, made up of government officials and private sector. Because if it is only government, they say they are deceiving. Our top private sector people are also totally committed. And we are working together to make sure that we create not less than 2 million jobs every year. We took that statistics because we know the number of about 2 million Nigerians enter the labor market every year. About 2 million Nigerians enter the labor market every year. We have some arrears. So we believe that if we start creating 2 million jobs every year, within a period of 5 years or thereabout, there will be no unemployment will be drastically reduced. But you know, for students, we don't just promise. What we are saying is what we are doing. We are redefining the education. We say we are going to improve the number of tertiary institutions. And this government has built more tertiary institutions than any other government. In terms of universities, we have built 14 universities. 12 of them are conventional universities that take normal courses. One of them is a university dedicated for police training, and one of them is a university dedicated for maritime training. Nigeria has the longest coastline that can dominate that sector. It's a major sector, the maritime sector. But apart from the institution in Oron, which is just a polytechnic, other smaller countries have tertiary institutions awarding various degrees in different aspects of maritime education, but we don't have. And we have created a special university for that. We have also created some polytechnics and colleges of education. This government has established more tertiary institutions than any other government, because I believe without education, you cannot change people. I am here today because I'm educated. From my background, being born by poor people, if I didn't go to school, I couldn't have been here. And that's why I say that every Nigerian child should have the good luck opportunity. And that is why we are building out-of-school children, secondary schools, and what we call al-Bajiri schools for combined Quranic education in parts of the country that have such students. Because we must make sure that every Nigerian child has the opportunity to go to school. I will not build prisons for you. I will build schools for you. And to show that we are not just increasing the number of universities or tertiary educational institutions, but also the quality. Now, as we are talking, the University of Ibadan Teaching Hospital, they are conducting open heart surgery. Before this time, to cut your ribs open and open your chest to look at your heart, you must go abroad. University of Ibadan is doing it. University of Nsukka is also doing open heart surgery because we are re-equipping them. The University of Lagos, in addition to open heart surgery, is also doing kidney transplant. We never did kidney transplant before. Of course, University of Ife is also doing kidney transplant. They couldn't have been doing this if the government has not equipped these universities. In fact, the University of Benin started work on stem cells. But because there are a lot of controversies on stem cells, especially by environmental activists and so on. So the whole world are now looking at the use of stem cells with some caution. And because of that, they suspended their work on stem cells. Otherwise, by now, they would have gone very far in use of stem cells. So my young people, young Nigerians, I mentioned in Lagos that this year my campaign is for those of you who are voting for the first time. Those of you who are between the ages of 18 and probably 23, who are voting for the first time. Because a lot of people are coming to deceive you. They are deceiving you, telling you that they will do things that they had the opportunity to do, but they refuse to do. And things they will never do. I promise you what I will do. And you can compare that with what we have done. Luckily, we are in IT age, so a lot of things have been properly documented. And you can read for yourself. I will not promise Nigerians, and especially young Nigerians, what we cannot do. The PDP administration meant well for this country. It's only the PDP administration that can push Nigeria to the next level. PDP! Great Nigerian students! Great! My young people, my young men and young women, my dear brothers and sisters, I believe in you, I love you, we'll work hard to make sure that we improve the quality of our life. PDP! Power!
Jonathan
PDP. Ladies and gentlemen, I call for the national anthem to be played in order to close this ceremony. Thank you.
Nigeria's gonna be we Jonathan Olese, Jonathan Olese. Naija tó kù díẹ̀ káàtó. 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 Jonathan Olese. Jonathan Olese. Jonathan Olese. Jonathan Olese.
Channels Television broadcasting live from Lagos. You just watched the live coverage of the PDP presidential campaign in Mako Hall, Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. We now resume our regular programming, and View from the Top is up next.
This has been a live Channels Television event.